Sometimes people are asking, how do you get business credit? And the big question that I want to ask back is, what is business credit and why is it important? Okay, so here is the overview. In today's conversation, I'll talk to you about everything, but I first want to clarify concepts for everybody. So if you are a new business owner, if you are an established business owner, if you are somewhere in between, if you are an independent contractor, let's have a conversation about that. Okay, so what is business credit and why is it important? Well, business credit is basically a major financial tool for your business. I don't care if you have a single member LLC, you have a single member S corporation, you have a C corporation, you have a multi-member corporation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are a sole proprietorship. Business credit is really important for you, and it can help you qualify for loans and other forms of financing. And really, the benefits that we believe, and this is based on extensive research for the last 30 years, business credit gives you a lot of benefits. First of all, financing becomes cheaper, and vendors may not require prepayment. Remember, if you have a business, sometimes there is a gap. There is a delay between the time when your customers are paying you and when you have to make payment to your suppliers and other providers, right? So if you have a vendor that does not require prepayment, that's a great opportunity for you because you can actually breathe. Okay, and suppliers and lenders may agree to better terms. And also, if you have business credit, it really facilitates the separation of personal and business finances. So that segregation, that separation, that divorce from your personal affairs, that divorce between your personal affairs and your business's affairs is really important because you want to preserve your personal assets should something actually go wrong. Because remember, you never know what will happen in business. You start a business or you have an established business. Tomorrow you can be out of business. You can file for bankruptcy. Anything is possible. So you need to really separate you need to preserve your personal life from your business life. Okay. You don't want people to start suing start suing you personally and actually go after your personal assets. And another reason why you might want to have business credit is because your business will be financially stable because you're not constantly using the revenue that you generate in your business. Okay. So this is really important to understand that. So here are the steps I want you to take right now to actually get business credit, to build business credit the proper way. By the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Okay. So here are the steps. The first thing first, you need to actually establish your business. Like if you are a sole proprietor, you don't need to establish your business to qualify for a business credit card. You don't need to establish your business to qualify for a business loan. But if you are trying to get a net 30 account, or you are trying to get a more complex business financing arrangements, the lender will ask you to set yourself up as a business, or you may just not qualify. So either or is just a lot better if you're trying to get business credit. If you want to build business credit the proper way, you want to set up a business, a real business. Okay. So we're talking about a corporation, a partnership, an S corporation, a C corporation, an LP, an LC, an LP, whatever letter combination you want to have, just have it. Remember, I just said that you can still be a sole proprietorship and qualify, but it's just better for you in the long run to have a legit business, to have a real business. So that's the first thing you want to do. If you want to build business credit the proper way, you want to set yourself up as a business from the get-go. The second thing I want you to do, especially in this economy right now where you really want to take advantage of all the subsidies, all the state help, all the county help, all the city help available. And we just came out of COVID 2 years ago. Imagine all the money that went to save small businesses. If you did not have a business, you wouldn't qualify, right? If you didn't have a legit business, you wouldn't qualify. This is why you always have to be ready so that if something happened, you're not actually hoping for the worst, but if something were to happen, you can take advantage. You can seize whatever bonanza the government is just doling out. Okay. So the second thing that you have to do here, you need to register your business with your Secretary of State. So it's important to actually make sure that you got to file the proper paperwork, right? Articles of incorporation, articles of organization, and whatnot. And in return, you will get like a certificate of good standing from your state authorities. So this will be very helpful because this is going to add a layer of credibility to your business. Because some net 30 vendors, for example, they want to see paperwork. They want to see that, okay, you are legit. And being legit means that the authorities have actually confirmed you as a legit business. The third thing I want you to do is to get your EIN. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are actually talking about how to get business credit the proper way, how to do it properly from day one, and how to actually get business credit fast too. Okay, we're not speaking about small limits here. We're speaking about big limits. If you're looking for a business line of credit, you want to have a big limit. If you're looking for a net 30 a net 30 account, you want to have a large limit. If you're looking for a loan, you want to have a large loan. So how do you do this? So, well, you need to get your EIN. So remember, number one, you want to establish your business. Number two, you want to register your business with local authorities and state authorities. Number three, you need to get your EIN. So your employer identification number. Now, this is basically your business's social security number. Okay, it is not that complicated. It's also a 9-digit number that you can get. You can actually get through the IRS website, and you can also do it manually. You can file something called Form SS4 that allows you to actually apply for an employer identification number. You have to mail this. Now, if you mail it, the process is longer. If you do it online, you actually get your EIN right then and there. It takes 15 minutes. Obviously, once you actually file the paperwork, the IRS will have to send you official correspondence to sort of confirm that they actually have gotten they have gotten a request from you. But you do have you get the number right away. Okay, and it's really important to understand you're going to use this number for a lot of things. You can use this number for when you deal with vendors, when you deal with credit card issuers, when you deal with the lenders in general. So this is just another way for you to differentiate yourself. To basically segregate your personal affairs from your business affairs. Okay. The next thing I want you to do here is to open a business bank account. So once you have your EIN, because banks and credit unions ask the EIN, they require the EIN for you to open a business bank account. So once you have that, next thing you want to do, you want to actually start establishing a relationship with a bank. And ideally, you just want to you want to extend the relationship with the bank that you currently have at the personal level. It's just a lot easier because you don't have to provide again all the paperwork. They already have your identification and all contacts. So it's just better to open your business bank account at the same institution. The next thing I want you to do here is you need to actually look into your sector and think about the vendors that will be suitable for your business. Okay. And because if you have a business, whether you have a small business, a new business, an established business, you will need, there are some expenses that you have, they are always ongoing. Okay. Those are called operational expenses. You need them to operate. So you need to identify which vendors actually can help you take care of those expenses. For example, let's say you actually buy office supplies every now and then, every quarter or every month. You buy office supplies and you have identified Ohana, for example, or Quill, or Granger, or Uline, for example, as being the perfect solution for your office supplies needs. Then you want to contact those net 30 vendors and you want to apply. A lot of them have application processes whereby you're able to get the line of credit that you're able to get the trade line that you were looking for. So this is really cool. Okay. And one thing I want to say here also is that you want to, once you establish the relationship, make sure that you maintain it. Make sure you continue building their relationship. It's not a one-time thing. It's really an ongoing, lifelong thing. If you were to ask me, okay. And our team has actually been researching this topic for many years, and we have built over the years lifelong relationships with some vendors. Okay. And if you want to actually build business credit, you want to apply for a business credit card. This is actually the easiest credit product to actually apply for. A lot easier, way easier than a business loan or a business line of credit or a business equipment financing arrangement, for example. Okay, so similarly to the business bank account, you want to open a business credit card with the same institution where you have your business bank account. If they issue business credit card, you want to start from there first. Okay, you always want to think about home court advantage here. Okay, this is really important to actually seize the home court advantage and use it to the best of your ability. And the next thing you want to do is to pay early and often. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to get business credit, how to actually do things properly, how to do things efficiently from the get-go. Okay. And so you really want to pay early and often. The thing I'm trying to say here is that instead of, let's say you got approved for a 5,000 trade line at Uline or Granger. So instead of actually placing one large order of $3,000 and paying that order within 30 days, it's just a lot better to actually place 10 orders worth $500 each. That way you are constantly showing a multiplicity of activities. You're showing that you have a diversity of trade lines, and this is kind of cool. This is really good. Dun & Bradstreet loves that. So your payday score will go up. Experian loves that. Your and Equifax loves that. So your Intelli score, among others, will also go up. Okay, so this is really good news. And as you are trying to pay early and often, I want you to really focus on credit utilization. And this is such an important element. This is kind of similar to what we have on the personal side, whereby your CUR was like your CUR will account for 30%. Okay, 30% of your credit score. So this is huge. This is really huge. And one thing I want to say here is that you really want to make sure if you have a business credit card that you are really careful about the credit utilization ratio. Okay, maintain a very low credit utilization ratio, because this will affect your ability to get a credit limit increase in the future if you're constantly above 30% or 40% of your credit utilization ratio. Let me give you a few pro tips, because this is really important to understand that, when we think about getting business credit, it's really important to look at things holistically. You got to have a long-term vision of certain things here. You can't just like, this is how I want it, whatever. No. It doesn't work that way. What I want to say to you here is, if you're listening to me right now, what I want to say to you is that you have to maintain business credit. And there are several ways to do this. The first thing is you need to actually sign up for a service that allows you to check your credit score, your business credit score, periodically. It could be on a monthly basis. It can be on a weekly basis. It depends on how aggressive you are in terms of taking care of your credit. Okay. And what I want to say here is that there are companies out there that will take care of it for you. So, but you first need to sign up. You need to sign up with Experian credit scores or Equifax or Dun & Bradstreet. They charge you for that, though. They will charge you, but at least you have access to your credit score, and you can actually look at it and see what works and what doesn't work. Okay, but in other words, you need to maintain your business credit. You need to make sure that you are basically adhering to financial habits. They're very good. They're very profitable to you and your company. You want to make sure that you are talking to the right people. You are actually applying for credit sporadically. Don't apply for credit all the time. That's just kind of crazy. It doesn't actually reflect financial discipline if you're constantly applying for credit. That means lenders are thinking, you know what, this business cannot handle credit, cannot really manage credit. So be very careful about the frequency with which you apply for a business credit card or a business loan or business line of credit. Okay. And also when it comes to net 30 accounts, make sure that you are as granular and I would say discriminative as possible. In other words, you want to actually focus on the 2 or 3 or 4 net 30 vendors that really help you, right? That really speak to you in terms of their product offering, what they have, because you can't just like waste your time applying for 10 net 30 accounts. It doesn't make sense, especially if you're not going to buy from the vendor. It doesn't make sense at all. Okay, so quality is more important here. Quality will trump quantity when it comes to the number of net 30 vendors. Okay, so be very careful about that, and you want to constantly again monitor your business credit score. You can sign up for a service through Dun & Bradstreet, or sometimes we have clients who will download Dun & Bradstreet's app, and they will monitor their credit score through their phone. So there are possibilities out there. It really depends on what you are after, what kind of strategies you have, and what kind of goals you have in the short run versus the long run. Because a lot of those business credit score movements, they change in the short run, but in the long run, they really don't have a big impact as long as your business is profitable. Okay, so those are things this is something I really want you to pay attention to. So the next time you have maintained business credit, make sure that you are able to monitor it and to take action if possible. Here is a bonus for you. Okay. And so when we talk about, I just spoke to you about the ability to check your business credit score, right? So how do you do that? Well, I just said you have to pay for it. Unlike the personal credit score where you can get it for free. You go to annualcreditreport.com, you actually sign up for other services so you can check your credit score for free. For the business credit score, you have to pay for it, okay? And the best way that we have found is just to sign up for a service at Dun & Bradstreet. Now, if you want to check all three, then sign up with Equifax and Experian Business. And it's important to understand that those, in terms of pricing, you are looking at $45 to $75 per month for Dun & Bradstreet. And I think for Equifax and Experian, about $50. So it's manageable. If you have a normally sized business with the proper financial setup, you should be able to actually absorb those costs with no problem. And the good thing is you can actually write them off at the end of the year. Okay, so you do have the possibilities here. So you want to sign up, and what you want to do also is this: if you are a startup and you don't have a DUNS number yet, because you need to have a DUNS number if you want to make it through the Dun & Bradstreet database. And so what you want to do, you can actually self-report. Sometimes some vendors do not report your transactional data to Dun & Bradstreet. Then you can self-report. And Dun & Bradstreet is totally fine with that, because some vendors make the decision that, listen, we're not going to report anything because it's costly for us. Okay. And if it happens to be costly, then they're not going to report your data to the 3 business CRAs. And if they don't, then you need to be in a situation yourself where you can just report the data. You can report the transactions to the business credit bureaus. And one thing also I need to say before closing today's conversation here is that, to maintain your business credit score, you must continue to build healthy financial habits, such as paying your bills and taxes on time. Don't forget about the taxes, okay? I know that, throughout this show, I haven't mentioned the word taxes, but it is quintessential. You could be paying your bills on time. If you don't pay your taxes on time, you will get in trouble, okay? You will really get in trouble, and this will just mess up your business credit for a long, long time. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I actually spoke to you overall about how to get better business credit real fast. I hope this video added value to your life. And if it did, you can just smash the like button. And I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.